We talk endlessly about the grind, the morning routines of billionaires, the hustle. We rarely talk about the parking lot, that space between the steering wheel and the office door, the invisible purgatory where millions sit, dreading the start of the day, dreading the fact that their job is, in fact, their job. And these people who take the time out to personally dread the drudgery aren't few in numbers. Gallup surveys reveal that only 21% of workers worldwide feel engaged at work. Meanwhile, 60% feel completely detached, and 19% describe themselves as miserable. It is not a trend, it is an epidemic. This is the psychology of people who hate their jobs. It is 7:45 a.m. The heater in your car blows dry air across your knuckles. You stare at a gray concrete building. A key card hangs from a cheap plastic lanyard around your neck. The fluorescent lights inside buzz. You smell stale coffee from the break room pot. Your inbox is full of unread messages from a manager who mispronounces your name. You sit in your car for 5 extra minutes. Just you, the dashboard clock, and the dread. Is this laziness? A character flaw? No, those are lies. What you are experiencing is a psychological collision. A concept known as person-environment fit theory explains the friction between your core values and the cold machinery of your workplace. A good fit predicts well-being and positive emotions. A poor fit leads to emotional drain, physical complaints, and detachment. You are burning calories just to exist in that space. It requires heavy emotional labor. The thing is, human beings need 3 basic things to not lose their minds: control over their time, the feeling that they are actually good at something, and people who have their backs. Psychology calls this autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Give people those and they thrive. Strip them away, and you are just a mercenary working to keep the lights on. Researchers call that controlled motivation. It is a one-way ticket to burnout. The data backs this up. Toxic co-workers and a boss breathing down your neck do not just make you sad. They are the exact recipe that forces you to type up a 2-week notice. But before that, you build armor. You clock in, and you detach. You master the dead-eyed nod in meetings. You use dark humor at the water cooler. This is not apathy. This is a survival mechanism. Burnout is not just needing a long weekend. It is a cold, heavy cynicism. You stare at the spreadsheet and feel completely hollow. Clinical research defines this as a mismatch between what the corporation takes and what you actually need. In reality, it means you have zero control over your hours. It means the office community is a snake pit, and your daily tasks clash with your core morals. That total exhaustion is not a personal failure. It is your nervous system pulling the plug to survive the friction. And when this dissatisfaction becomes chronic, it weakens your immunity. And not only that, it lowers your self-esteem and strains your personal relationships. Not a fun space. And if not for the detachment, a sure-shot short circuit of your nervous system. You become the most exhausted person in the room, yet the one carrying the heaviest emotional shield. Meaningful work is not a buzzword, and it is definitely not the paycheck. Researchers found that if your daily grind actually connects to a personal purpose, the dread lifts. You stop watching the clock. You realize you have a say in your schedule. You know you are genuinely skilled at the task in front of you. You look across the desk and do not despise the people you work with. In the trenches, those 3 things beat a shiny corporate title every single time. So do you hate work? No, you know better. And don't get me wrong, you do hate. You hate feeling useless. You hate the void. You are part of the conscious withholders. You refuse to give your soul to a place that only wants your time. That is not a weakness. That is self-preservation. It takes a profound level of self-respect to recognize when an environment does not fit you. If this hit home for you, do not just scroll away. Take 1 hour tonight away from the screen, grab a pen, and write down exactly what psychological needs your current job is starving. Or, just type it in the comments. We're listening.